2018 Audi A6 Saloon Review. The good points of Audi A6 Saloon. Better drive an automobile than the old one. Ran with cutting-edge tech. Good engines from launch. Simple trim structure. The bad points of Audi A6 Saloon. Extremely predictable styling. Confusing options list. Some navigation issues. Air suspension slightly unsettled. The new Audi A6 is the most essential arrival inside the executive car market up to now in 2018. The new saloon is determined to take on four-door versions with the BMW 5 Series, Mercedes-Benz A-Class and Jaguar XF. It's hugely necessary for the company, and clearly has some very capable opposition. So has Audi done enough to construct the best car in their market sector? Despite its familiar styling, the 5th generation A6 is all new in the ground up. It gains advantage from a huge number of changes in general, including its new body that's larger than before, extremely effective engines, and also a more tech-laden interior. Watch Audi A6 Saloon Long-Term Test Review. Watch Audi A6 Avant Estate model coming in 2010. Audi A6 cars available for sale. It still looks unmistakably Audi, and this entails, but has many new, sharp design elements also seen about the fresh Audi A7 Sportback along with the luxurious A8 Saloon. The whole car is long, low and wide. Actually, it's 7 mm longer but a wheelbase extended by 25 mm for increased interior space. It's also 14 mm wider compared to previous generation A6 Saloon, which Audi says is best for handling stability. Its 530-liter boot incorporates a wider opening for that reason. What engines can I get while using new Audi A6 Saloon? The engine range comprises 4 engines which is available from launch, 1 petrol and 3 diesels. These are detailed and reviewed from the performance area of this review. You've got a selection of 4 suspension configurations, 2 each for sport and S-line trim, and rear wheel steering can be an option for the first time too. We've tested pretty much everything extensively inside handling section. The Audi A6 Saloon Interior Lowdown. Inside, it's classic Audi, it's impeccably well built and appears great. The technology offered here, standard and optional, has some very clever features, including twin touchscreens that work with all the virtual cockpit instrument screen and cloud-assisted voice control that accepts natural speech. Tell it you're hot and it'll lower the climate control temperature. There's also more rear leg and shoulder room, plus much more space for taller passengers' heads. Audi A6 Saloon, price, specification and release date. The latest Audi A6 Saloon is going to be available from the UK from June 2018, having a starting cost of around £35,000 for the 40 TDI. UK trims are initially anticipated to consist of Sport and S-Line, with increased to come inside future. We've yet to understand exact specifications at time of writing. However, here's what we should know around the kit breakdown up to now. Sport models is certain to get full LED headlights, 18-inch alloys, Audi Drive select drive modes, MMI navigation with twin touchscreens, heated electrically adjustable door mirrors, lane departure warning, automatic braking, cruise control and speed limiter, moving approximately S-line spec. Additionally, net U matrix LED headlights, 10 mm lower sport suspension. S-line body kit with 19-inch wheels. Headlight cleaning system. The verdict. From our initial evaluation, the world thinks Audi's onto a victor here. The new A6 saloon impressed, having its drive, its quality and technology. Its Allroad clear. Its outright proficiency is based heavily which model you ultimately choose. However, so we'll want to get to grips while using car inside UK on an extended test to ascertain if it's of the same quality, or better, versus the BMW 5 Series or Mercedes-Benz A-Class. We're confident its Allroad surpassed the Jaguar XF, though. Audi A6 Saloon Review. Not the widest selection of engines at launch. No dedicated performance model, yet. Plug-in hybrid to adhere to after initial launch. The entry-level model branded 40 TDI utilizes a 204 horsepower 2.0-liter diesel, is mated with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic and is particularly available with either front or quattro all-wheel drive. The mid-range diesels both use 3.0-liter V6 units, using the 45 TDI producing 231 horsepower, though we're unclear if this is visiting the UK yet, as well as the 50 TDI making 286 horsepower. These engines are accessible in all-wheel drive form only and so are connected to an 8-speed automatic. The top-of-the-range petrol in the meantime, until S6 and RS6 versions arrive, is really a 3.0-liter V6 that's beneficial to 340 horsepower and, just like the base diesel offering, relies on the 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox for better performance. An entry-level 2.0-liter TFSI petrol all means being considered, but there aren't any A6s with manual gearboxes. Economy figures aren't quoted yet, but all engines use mild hybrid technology to assist in keeping fuel economy high and emissions low. The mild hybrid system 12V with the 40 TDI, 48V for that rest from the range allows the A6 saloon to coast between 34 and 99 miles per hour once the accelerator isn't being pressed for the extra little fuel saving, and allows the start-stop system to kill and quickly re-engage the engine smoothly. If you wish to be much more environmentally friendly than that, you must wait. Audi is now gauging if you should add a plug-in hybrid to the product range, which may be a rival for the BMW 530i Performance Saloon. Audi A6 Saloon 2018, engines evaluated. We've driven 3 versions in the A6, plus the overriding impression is there's been enough of an improvement here to get anxious the very best within the class. It's still not quite as sharp steering to be a 5 Series, but it's noticeably more engaging to operate the vehicle, comfier and features more relevant tech. We've tried 3 engine options, listed here are our notes. Audi A6 40 TDI Quattro, our choice with the launch lineup. This engine has ample power for some users, yet is quiet and refined about the move. Audi A6 50 TDI Quattro, if you're after having a bit more power and theater, the 0.0-liter V6 diesel does the work nicely. However, its appeal is restricted by higher fuel economy and tax costs, along while using associated final cost. Audi A6 55 TFSI Quattro, this one's much harder to make a case for. It's effectively a halfway house before the higher performance A6 models arrive. Even though it's incredibly strong, it will sound particularly interesting. It's actually better driven slowly to take pleasure from the quieter engine note compared to using the diesels. All from the above engines have mild hybrid technology that allows the car to coast at some speeds together with the engine off. This feels strange initially, nevertheless, you soon enjoy it and learn to operate the vehicle around the insufficient engine braking. Not quite as sharp as 5 Series, but closer than in the past. 4 suspension options to pick from. Optional rear wheel steering impresses. We had the chance to try 3 and the 4 available suspension configurations during our first drive. At its May 2018 launch, Sport designs include the option of either standard steel sprung suspension, and that is the one we've yet to use, or electronically controlled adaptive damping that work very well indeed, absorbing bumps together with any other car inside sector and comfort, though we found the steering too light within this drive mode, and eradicating excess body roll in Sport. However, on S-Line cars confusingly you've got 2 alternative ideas. Standard fit is 10 mm lower compared to the Sport setup mentioned previously, and also by rights must be firmer, but we tried this and were highly impressed using its performance within the sometimes terribly surfaced roads we drove it on. Forget the old school S-Line suspension which consists of spine-crippling ride. The newest effort is undoubtedly an impressive compromise between comfort and handling. We'd stick to this if ordering in S-Line. That's considering that the other option is undoubtedly an air spring setup, although the gulf between comfort and dynamic felt the widest coming from all configurations. In comfort there's a slightly unsettled ride common to many similar air setups. Small imperfections build a shimmy through the automobile that never may seem to stop, therefore we reckon after 100 miles roughly it could become very tiring. The low-speed ride is impressive, however, therefore you're buying an A6 for predominantly lower speed driving, then it may still become a decent box to tick. We were very impressed together with the way Audi has been able to engineer the rear wheel steering, though. In some cars these kinds of system can appear very unnatural or on occasion counterintuitive, but with this case it's cleverly judged. At lower speeds it indicates the A6 includes a turning circle only slightly bigger than an A3, considering that the back wheels can steer inside opposite direction on the front. Go quicker and you'll notice extra stability, therefore confidence, because those rear wheels turn together with the fronts. It was only during second and third gear hairpin corners where we actually noticed much difference at all within the way the vehicle handles. It feels a little much like the engine accelerates mid-bend on account of your cornering speed increases quicker than expected. You should really concentrate to note that, though. Attracting but busy cockpit. Typical Audi fit and finished. Impressive tech offered. The A6's cockpit is usually a lovely destination to be. Like the A7 and A8, there's a twin-screen infotainment system named MMI Touch that reserves the top screen for navigation, media and vehicle controls, together with the lower being utilized for seating and ventilation switches. The system advantages of user-sourced traffic data from mapping specialists here to give you the most beneficial route, plus there's the choice for remote parking in bays or maybe your own garage, as well as the ability to make use of an Android smartphone as the car key. While undoubtedly impressive in their list of features, I was disappointed for the initial launch using a sedan that usually delivered instructions so late we missed our turning. This could be region-specific, however, so we'll reserve final judgment until we've driven the A6 for longer from the UK. Lesser details inside the A6's cabin include illuminated seatbelt sockets, textured wood veneers, a more recent generation of Audi's virtual cockpit digital instrument display, as well as a chunky automatic selector. Voice control is usually a key feature here too, with Audi's latest cloud-assisted natural language database helpful to make things as basic as possible. We think this really is great news, for the reason that twin-screen setup takes a little bit of getting used to. It's worth noting here that unlike BMW's, the head-up display from the A6 doesn't display properly if you're wearing polarized sunglasses. It's there, but so dim it's barely usable. a seriously comfortable car. Suspension choice dependent. Double glazed windows cut noise considerably. This is one in the A6 saloon's strongest points. The front seats we've sampled up to now have been excellent, that has a huge range of adjustability and great support. To date we've only tried cars with optional double glazed windows, so naturally you'd expect it's quiet from the cabin, but even still we had been impressed with how isolated we felt on the outside world. None from the engines are particularly loud inside your vehicle, that is another advantage, and there's acres of room for 4 adults to obtain comfortable. Take note of our own comments inside handling section in regards to the suspension setup you will need, they affect comfort too. Great assortment of standard kit. Optional extras can push price up. Sport and S-line trims from launch. Audi hasn't released precise information of what'll occur each from the 2 trims, Sport and S-line, but we've listed the basic principles below. Standard Audi A6 saloon equipment. On Sport trim you could expect LED headlights, 18-inch wheels, Audi Drive select drive modes, twin touchscreen MMI touch multimedia system, front and rear parking sensors, rear view camera, electrically adjustable front sports seats with heating, leather upholstery, climate control. Moving nearly S-line specification adds matrix LED headlights, LED day running lights, sport suspension, S-line body kit, 19-inch alloys, headlight cleaning system, Audi A6 saloon, optional extras. There are large volumes to choose from within the 2018 A6. Highlights include larger 20 and 21-inch alloy wheel designs, Ford's own climate control, adaptive air suspension, remote boot opening from key, 2 Bang & Olufsen upgraded sound systems, all-wheel steering, LED interior lighting pack, larger 73-liter fuel tank, HD matrix LED headlamps with directional indicators, head-up display, heated controls, higher quality leather, night vision displayed on virtual cockpit, panoramic glass roof, automatic parking, power door closure, powered tailgate, privacy glass. No Euro NCAP crash test rating yet. Vast suite of driver assistance kit. The A6 should become a safe family car. There's every reason to anticipate the A6 will likely be a safe vehicle. Community hasn't been tested by Euro NCAP yet. Previous versions have already been impressive within this regard, and Audi has added an enormous array more kit on the 2018 car. Standard safety kit includes side, front, rear and head airbags, front and rear parking sensors, rear view parking camera, full automatic LED headlights, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, cruise control with speed limiter. On top of that, here are available as optional extras matrix or HD matrix LED headlights, headlamp cleaning system, traffic sign recognition, head-up display. This doesn't assist polarized sunglasses, though. Night vision, displayed on virtual cockpit. Automatic parking. rear side airbags. You've also got the City Assist Pack, which adds sensors that may stop your vehicle moving a collision is detected, and also the Driver Assistance, Pack, which nets you adaptive cruise control, an attribute to tell you when you ought to take your foot from the throttle just to save fuel, lane departure warning, traffic sign recognition and automatic high beam headlights. More room for passengers. Wider boot opening. Shouldn't be troublesome to park. The A6's cabin is larger than before and intensely cleverly designed, which will help to maximize practicality. Our testers noted it's easy for tall adults by sitting lineage turn with ample leg and headroom. Nevertheless, the middle back seat is really a little snug and in all likelihood best used for that armrest hidden in their back, which features a cubby and a couple of cup holders. You've got 2 more cup holders in the beginning, a covered cubby involving the front seats and generously sized glove box and door pockets. The 2018 Audi A6 not only incorporates a larger overall boot capacity as opposed to previous model, and the same size since its main rival the BMW 5 Series, but it's also got a wider opening, at 1,194 mm. A powered boot lid can be an optional extra, and may be remotely operated via the vehicle's key. The rear seats will fold down as standard, and it's likely a ski hatch are going to be available too. The 2018 Audi A6 not only includes a larger overall boot capacity compared to previous model, and what the same size becaluit is main rival the BMW 5 Series, but it's also got a wider opening, at 1,194 mm. A powered boot lid is surely an optional extra, and will be remotely operated via the auto's key. The rear seats will fold down as standard, and it's likely a ski hatch will likely be available too.